So you've been told that you have a lower back disc herniation and that surgery is the only option. Today, I want to go through and talk with you about what's going on, what your options really are, and when you should have surgery. So, my name is Dr. Gregg Gerstin here at the Line Wellness Center in Northbrook, Illinois. I'm a corrective chiropractor, and I've been helping people to remove the blockages in their health for the last 23 years. Now, a lumbar spine disc herniation is an injury that you do need to take really seriously. It's a problem that, if not corrected the proper and right way, can cause more disc injuries to occur in your lower back, more problems to occur, and more disability. The usual symptoms that wind up showing up are lower back pain that winds up progressively going down your leg. It winds up becoming difficult to take deep breaths. It winds up being difficult to bear down and go to the bathroom. Sneezing, laughing, and coughing will all cause you to have problems and be more pain. It'll be difficult to get out and play in the field. Sometimes sitting at your desk will be hard. It really, really stinks. Now, the picture of what happens is something like this. So when we look at a model like this is your spine. These are the bones in your lower back, and then this is your spinal cord that goes through the back. In between each of them is a disc that winds up providing for shock absorption and spacing for the spinal nerves to come out. Through life, they can absorb shock so that you don't wind up having to feel every single step that you take. However, as we go through life and we have injuries or misalignments, we can cause damage to the discs that eventually can wind up causing the disc to bulge or herniate and put pressure onto the nerves. That's what this is here. Before it gets to this point, though, there typically are changes that occur to the disc. Now, these are the insides of the disc, and there's a circular disc that goes all the way around, and then a jelly-like donut in the middle that absorbs the shock and pushes into the walls of the disc. When we have injuries or accidents that reoccur over time, tears occur in the walls of the disc and the annular fibers that can allow for the disc material to slip out. That's why it's called a slip disc. As they wind up occurring again and again over time, or you have poor posture over time, they wind up slipping out into the areas where the nerves go and cause lots of problems. So when you have a disc that becomes bulged or herniated, it's not from one episode usually. It's usually from episodes that have occurred throughout your life, and then there's one that breaks the camel's back. Regardless of whether you think it's one episode or it's been building all the time, there definitely are things that you can do non-surgically. However, if you have problems with bowel or bladder loss, you do need to get to the emergency room. That's a very important sign that problems are going on. However, in most other cases and scenarios, when the disc winds up having so much pressure on it that it winds up popping out like that, there are several things that can be done. The first things that can be done, something like spinal decompression, the exact opposite of what happens when you smush on it. It's actually one of the surgeries. It's called a spinal decompression surgery. So if we could do it non-surgically, shouldn't we try? That winds up helping to alleviate the pressure on the disc so that it can wind up sucking in and getting off of the nerve. Now, that doesn't necessarily take care of the problem, because most of the time a lumbar disc injury occurs because there are changes to the structures and the anatomical positions the way that it should be. In your lower back, there should be an arc that mostly happens at the bottom. However, through episodes of lower back pain, those arcs can be lost so that the weight goes from being on the back sides where the bones are to being weighted on the front side where the disc is, so it's constantly carrying the weight of your body. A corrective chiropractor is the person who specializes in being able to assess that, correct that, and help you get back to the life that you want. That's a really key component to it. The chiropractor will also create mobility within the spine to allow those nerves to work better and more appropriately. Now, another treatment that can be added and layered on is what's called stem cell technology. Stem cells can be recruited to the area where the injury is to help reduce inflammation and recruit the right cells to regrow. Here in our office, we use something called soft wave therapy. And it's amazing because it's non-invasive in that we don't need to do any injections. We don't need to pull anything out of your body. Otherwise, we don't have to spin it or culture it. We use the stem cells that are growing in your body to recruit them to the area to allow for healing. And on your first visit, we'll know if you're a candidate for it and it'll help. It's really, truly revolutionary and amazing. Other things that doctors may recommend is an injection or a steroid injection. The challenges with that is that it doesn't take care of the cause of the problem. And the irregular position of your spine and the wear and tear on your disc will wind up continuing to persist. However, the inflammation may go away. All of these are different options and should be layered in with an exercise and rehabilitation program to help your spine get back to the right positions. Now, one of the things we've specialized is developing a spinal rejuvenation and remodeling process that includes all of those so that you wind up figuring out what needs to be done so you can get back to the life that you wish you remembered. Whether it's playing with your kids, out golfing, working hard at your job, whatever it may be, being able to sit at your desk again, travel with your family. The spinal remodeling process here in our office has been outstanding. We've had so many patients who have loved it. We'd love to see if you'd be a candidate for it. The process to get started on that is to come in for our assessment where we look to do a timeline history and understand where these problems got started from. From there, we go through and do a detailed chiropractic, neurological, and physical exam. We move on to doing some spinal radiographs to understand how you stacked up and where biomechanical distortions may be. Then from there, we look to start helping you move forward and evaluating where the breakdowns in your spine are causing to create that disc injury so that you can get back to life. If you've got more questions, go ahead and write them below. If you want help, go ahead and click on the Schedule Now button, and we'll get you in as soon as we can so you can get the help that you need. Once again, I'm Dr. Gregg Gerstin, and I want to thank you for letting me be a part of your health.